Hello and welcome everyone. In this lesson, we're going to talk about GitLab pipeline stages and jobs. These are really main concepts in the world of GitLab, and it's really important to spend some time understanding them before we get to the actual demos. So first, let's start by defining what a pipeline is. All right, I'm pretty sure all of you have some idea about what a pipeline is. So if you're working as DevOps engineer or as an architect, most probably you have heard about a pipeline. But for the sake of completion, let's define a pipeline again. Pipelines are the top level component of continuous integration, delivery, and deployment. And normally when you're talking about DevOps in organizations, what we're trying to do is basically achieve continuous integration, delivery, or deployment. And for us to actually achieve that, we need to develop a pipeline. This is how a pipeline looks like. This whole thing is a pipeline. As you can see, you have build stage, and you have test stage, and you have deploy stage. So all these things and all the operations here are actually meant to achieve continuous integration, continuous delivery, or deployment. All right, let's now talk about what the pipeline consists of. So basically, a pipeline consists of stages, and these stages actually consist of jobs. All right, let's define what a stage is. Pretty sure when you hear the word stage, you would be thinking about some sort of a sequence. You start at one stage, and once you are done, you move to the next stage. Of course, here we're not talking about stage as in a theater, but we're talking about that ordering and that logical sequence of things that are going to happen, stages. So we basically have a similar concept in GitLab. For example, you could have a compile stage followed by a test stage followed by a deploy stage. And as you can see, all these stages, like one stage, happens after the other. So stages define when to run jobs. We're going to talk about jobs in a second, but the keyword here is when. And by when, I mean stages. As we mentioned, one stage after the other. All right, let's talk about stages and see what do we mean by stages in the GitLab world. So as you can see here, you could have a build stage, and that build stage consists of compile job. After the build stage, you could have a test stage. That test stage consists of different jobs, unit tests, and integration tests. And finally, you could have a deploy stage that consists of deploy to staging job. So as you can see, actually, these are the stages of the pipeline. So we have broken down the pipeline into different stages. And as we mentioned before, stages actually run in sequence. So the build stage runs first, and then after that, we have the test stage, and finally the deploy stage. This is really important to remember. They run in sequence. Another important point is that the stage or stages in general rely on the success of previous stages. What do we mean by that? Let's assume an ideal flow of how this pipeline runs. As we said before, stages run in sequence. So we have the build stage and we have a compile job. And if that compile job is successful, then the stage that's called build is successful, and then we move to the next stage. So the next stage is test. So if the unit test is successful, the integration test is successful, then the test stage is successful and we move to the next stage. So this is an ideal scenario in which we basically rely on the success of previous stages for us to actually start the next stage. So after the test stage is completed, again, the deploy stage is going to be running. On the other hand, let's take a failure example. All right, so a similar example to what we have before is we have the build stage, and that build stage has a compile job. So if that job is successful, then the stage is successful and we're going to move to the next stage, and then this next stage is going to be the test stage. Let's assume the unit test is actually successful and the integration test is not really successful, right? What happens here? Do you think that the deploy stage should actually run? Do you think we should actually deploy our software even if the integration tests fail? I do not think so. So if you basically have the stage fails, then the next stage is not actually going to run. It's just gonna be there. There is no really meaning for it to run. Like, you don't want to publish a software that fails the integration test. Of course, you could configure some of the jobs and the stages to allow the failure, but by default, that's not the case. All right, now we basically understand what the stages are. Let's talk about jobs. And we actually discussed about jobs a little bit, and jobs are basically the components of a stage. So a stage consists of different jobs, and the job itself actually defines what to do. So all the pipeline and stages are just concepts. The stages is some sort of logical ordering and grouping on how things to run. But what's actually going to happen? What's the actual job or the actual goal we're trying to achieve here? That goal is actually run by the jobs. The jobs define what to do. So for example, you could have a compile job. That job is the actual meat of what's going to happen. It's basically going to be the command that will compile your software. So basically, if we come back to this example again, we have our stages, but these are actually the individual jobs: compile, the unit test, integration test, and deploy to staging. These are the actual jobs that will actually run. The stages is just for the grouping, but the jobs are the actual things. I cannot emphasize this enough. Jobs are the actual thing. Another important point to really discuss is that jobs within a stage run in parallel. So we have the build stage. That build stage has only one job, so that job is actually going to run. So once that job is successful, we're gonna go to the next stage, and actually both of the unit tests and integration tests in this stage are going to be running in parallel. This is really important. The stages themselves run in sequence, but the jobs within stage run in parallel. So the unit test and the integration test in this case are going to be running together at the same time. And that's really important, because if they're running at the same time, it means they should not really rely on each other. As we mentioned before, jobs actually define what to do. Let's take a simple example to actually demonstrate what we mean by that. Let's take here the unit tests case, and somewhere when you're defining your pipeline, you're going to define a unit tests job that's going to consist of a script And that script is going to be, for example, if you're having another application, that script could easily be npm test. So as we mentioned, the job define what to do, and this is what we mean by defining what to do. There is a script that defines what to do. So that's all for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed our lesson for today and you have an idea about what a pipeline is, what a stage is, and what a job is. And in next lessons, we're going to discuss and learn how we could actually implement all the things we talked about in this lesson in GitLab. Thanks everyone, and I will see you in the next lesson.